Cheeseburger.
Right, so Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing, have announced a new card, and in fact it will be in the land of Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. Yes, it will be in Kansas, and it will be at the Kansas Star Arena, and it's headlined by Big Baby Jarrah Miller, 22-0 with one draw, and he will be going up against undefeated Romanian Bogdan Dinu, 18-0, 14 of those by knockout. And this will be for the vacant WBA World Heavyweight title. So in other words, by the looks of it, and I haven't seen the headlines for it, but Manuel Charr has in fact been stripped of this title. So this is the regular title. Winner of this is considered as such the WBA mandatory for the super title, which Anthony Joshua of course holds. When they call this is anybody's guess. The whole idea of this regular title is that whoever holds this one and whoever holds the super will in fact come together and solidify both regular and super titles for one champion. That's their idea of it, but as and when that will happen, who knows? Who really knows? And of course, let's not forget that Fraser Quendo is still around somehow for this title shot. Anyway, that's the headliner. And Bogdan Dinu, he was supposed to take on Tom Little today in Sofia, Bulgaria, on the Huey Fury and Kubrat Pulev undercard. Last second, he was pulled off that event to go fight Jarrah Miller. Bogdan Dinu is number 9 in the WBA, so of course there are other ones who could have actually fought Jarrah Miller for this title, but for whatever reason Bogdan Dinu is the guy. Now also on the card, Gabriel Rosado. Now he's a guy who I like because he comes to fight. He does get beaten. Let's not be unreal about it. He does. But you know what? He's going to be taking on Luis Arias. Now, a lot of you guys would know Luis Arias before from a previous HBO Matchroom show where he took on Daniel Jacobs. And in fact, that was his last fight where he lost on points to Daniel Jacobs. And a lot of people said that Arias won that fight. And people were surprised by Daniel Jacobs not dealing with him. But it is what it is, and that is Arias' only defeat to Daniel Jacobs. So against Gabriel Rosado, he's been in there with so many people, and he's not afraid to block a punch with his head. That's pretty much what he does. But I like Rosado, and I like this fight. I really do. Now, also, Brandon Rios will be on the card. Now, is Brandon Rios signed up to Matchroom? Again, I haven't seen anything about it. But either way, he's going to be on the card, and he's going to be going up against Ramon Alvarez. So, I've never seen Ramon Alvarez fight before, so I couldn't tell you. But of course, we all know Brandon Rios. In fact, Brandon Rios was linked to potentially fighting Josh Taylor very soon, so who knows? And we have a unification fight on the card as well. Clarissa Shields, T-Rex, 6-0, going up against Hannah Rankin, who is 5 wins and 2 losses. So just based on just looking at the box rec, you probably pick Clarissa Shields to win, as Hannah Rankin's only had 1 fight more but lost 2. And Clarissa Shields is already a unified champion. She has the IBF and the WBA. And this one will be added in the vacant WBC middleweight title as well. So this is a unification fight of sorts. And you know what? You would certainly pick Clarissa Shields to do it. Of course, she's a kind of girl who's very, very well known. A lot of people are picking her to be the leader of the female fight world in boxing. Of course, others will pick Katie Taylor and so on and so on. But Clarissa Shields joining up with Matchroom. It's a 1-fight deal. Obviously, if she wins this one, she's probably going to be offered a longer term contract, so she will officially be part of the Matchroom boxing stable. But of course, who knows? Also on the card, but without opponents, will be 5-0 Nico Hernandez. Now, Nico Hernandez, he's 5-0, as I've said, 4 of those by knockout, and he is flyweight, of course. I don't recognise anybody that he's been in the ring with, but he is 22-0, so good luck to him. This is obviously the very early parts of his career. Nikita Ababi is also on the card, last time out on his pro debut, so he's currently 1-0, so his very first fight over there in Chicago, he dealt with his opponent in the first few seconds of the first round. That is one hell of a way to announce your pro debut, so be very, very interested to see where Nikita Ababi goes. John Doherty as well. Now, of course, I was there for his pro debut on the Newcastle card. I've spoken with him on several occasions there as well. Real nice guy. He's from Scotland, but he has Geordie connection as well. So here in Newcastle, very, very nice guy. Super middleweight. He's got the skills, and again, he started his pro debut with a bang. Was it 8 seconds, something like that? or 18 seconds, including the 10 count. So yeah, it'd be very, very good to see him, and especially for only his second fight as well, to be traveling over to America. And the very famous Ricky Burns. I like Ricky Burns a lot, you guys know that. He's been around the block a bit. Is he past his sell-by date? Maybe, potentially, but he's still kind of got it. You know, he's still got that drive. He still has that desire. And I like Ricky Burns. I think the last time out that he had a fight, I believe, it was on the Josh Kelly and Lewis Ritson undercard here in Newcastle as well. But maybe he's had a fight since then. But before then, he did lose to Anthony Crolla and Julius Ndongo. He's been in there with Terence Crawford, etc., etc. So he's been around the block once or twice. So it'd be good to see Ricky Burns out and again get exposure in America. And of course, Anthony Sims Jr., light heavyweight, 16-0, looking the real deal. And out of those 16 wins, 15 of those by knockout. And Eddie Hearn and a lot of Americans as well predict that he could well be one of the ones for the future of the light heavyweight division, potentially cruiserweight, who knows. But Anthony Sims Jr., 23 years old, from Indiana, he's looking the real deal. Really, really looking good. So this is a very good card. Very, very good card, I said. And it's only around the corner as well. 17th of November. So headlined by Big Baby Jaramilla against Romanian Bogdan Dinu for the vacant WBA World Regular title. Drop your thoughts below about this card. Click that thumbs up. And of course, subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.